Hello all. In this lecture, we will be discussing about the different types of specific learning difficulties. After going through this lecture, the major takeaways from this session are learning the types of specific learning disabilities. We will be able to learn about the signs and symptoms of the different types of specific learning difficulties. Now, what are the different types of specific learning difficulties? Specific learning difficulty is an umbrella term used to cover a range of frequently co-occurring difficulties, most commonly known as dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, attention deficit or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, developmental coordination disorder, developmental language disorder, dyslexia or reading difficulty. Dyslexia is a language-based difficulty of neurological origin that affects the skills involved in the accurate and fluent reading of words. It is one of the most common reading difficulties. Currently, research suggests that dyslexia may be caused by a genetic predisposition. It is a persistent, lifelong condition and affects students across the range of intellectual abilities. Dyslexia is one of the most common specific learning difficulties, with around 10% of the populations being affected to some degree, 4% more severely. Those with dyslexia usually have difficulties within the aspects of literacy, particularly reading and spelling. Some of the common features for people with dyslexia may include difficulties with learning letters and their corresponding sounds, organizing spoken or written language, reading quickly enough to comprehend spellings, keeping up with and following longer assignments. Next, we will discuss about dyscalculia or mathematical difficulty. Dyscalculia affects the understanding and learning of mathematics. Many children have difficulties with mathematics, but it's the level of difficulty and how they cope with different teaching methods that indicate whether a student has dyscalculia. Dyscalculia refers to a specific difficulty with numbers rather than maths in general. Although less research has been done into this specific learning difficulty, the consensus of research is that about 5% of the population may be affected. It was found in 2021. The signs of dyscalculia. In the lower primary, signs may include difficulties organizing objects and sets of items logically, difficulties recognizing printed numbers, poor counting skills, difficulties remembering mathematical facts. In the upper or mid-primary school, signs may include good counting but poor calculation skills, difficulties with measurements, difficulties remembering common math facts, anxiety and a negative attitude towards maths. In the secondary school, signs may include difficulties learning mathematical concepts, difficulties with mental mathematics, difficulties finding more than one way to solve a math problem, difficulties finding more than one way to solve a math problem, a poor preparation of time and difficulties following a schedule, dysgraphia or writing difficulty. Dysgraphia is a specific learning difficulty in written expression, handwriting and spelling. Your child may have difficulties in all or one of these areas. Children with dysgraphia may be able to talk about their ideas, but they may have difficulties with the mechanism of handwriting, that is motor-based dysgraphia. They may have problem in organizing and expressing their ideas in written, that is language-based dysgraphia. The signs of dysgraphia are different in every person, but they may include unclear, irregular, or inconsistent handwriting, writing very slowly, mixing styles and upper-lowercase letters, inconsistent letter and word spacing, unusual or cramped grip or position while writing, incorrect spelling. The next one which we will be discussing is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This is a condition which affects parts of the brain which control attention, impulses and concentration. It can have an impact on school, peer relationships, self-esteem and family life without appropriate treatment. The signs of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are different in every person, but they may include some of the following: a short attention span and being easily distracted, making careless mistakes, for example, in schoolwork or homework, appearing forgetful or losing things, being unable to concentrate on tasks, excessive talking, acting without thinking. The next one is dyspraxia, which is also called developmental coordination disorder. Dyspraxia, also known as developmental coordination disorder, is a common disorder that affects movement and coordination, such as tasks requiring balance, playing sports, or learning to drive a car. Dyspraxia does not affect the intelligence. DCD is a motor skill disorder that affects as many as 1 children in 20. Children with DCD perform motor skills well below what is expected for a child of the same age. This significantly interferes with their academic achievement or activities or daily living and cannot be explained by intellectual delay, visual impairment, or other neurological conditions that affect movement. The signs of dyspraxia are different in every person but may include problem with activities that require any kind of physical movement or coordination, such as playground games. Navigating around the house, including going up and down the stairs. They may face problem in writing and drawing or doing craft activities. They may face problem in tying shoelaces or buttoning up clothes, using cutleries, and they may also face problem in sitting still. Now we will be discussing about developmental language disorder. Developmental language disorder, or DLD, previously known as specific language disorder, is diagnosed when a student has persistent language problem that continue into school age with a significant impact on everyday social interactions, emotional well-being, behavioral regulations, and educational progress. Difficulties with the comprehension and use of words and sentences to convey information and ideas are common in students with DLD. Problems can also occur in different modalities of language, for example, spoken language, written language, and sign language. In this section, we have discussed about the different types of specific learning difficulties and the symptoms. Thank you.